Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
So excited to have you guys. I want to start off with just like kind of a little bit of background on you both and how did you find out about BitClout and why did you find it intriguing and so on.
Go for it, Alexandra.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Gabriel. So I found about BitClout on Indie Hackers. I'm actually quite an active community member on Indie Hackers, and I find that community extremely supportive. And there are so many people that are just there to help each other, like free of charge. You can get people review your website copy, look at your MVP, for instance, and give like honest feedback. And I receive Indie Hackers newsletters every day, and there was a mention about BitClout in one of the Indie Hackers posts, and it's a guy that I actually know, and he was one of my first followers on BitClout as well. So that's how I came to know about BitClout. It was on Indie Hackers.
Amazing. And what were you working on at the time and how cuz you're working on right now on BitClout. So what were you working on and are you working on the same thing you were working on before? Like how's that evolved?
Well, I joined Indie Hackers because I managed quite a few SaaS projects as a digital marketer. So I manage community for cashflowportal.com. I do their SEO, digital marketing efforts, and so forth. I also had inbeat.co, it's another SaaS. So I work with quite a lot of SaaS companies, and Indie Hackers is the place where everybody goes for SaaS advice. So that's how I ended up on Indie Hackers in the first place. And then when I came to BitClout, I've noticed that like there was so much crap going on in there at the time. Luis just joined the platform. I mean, now he's pretty quiet, but in the beginning, everything was about Luis. And like if you go to global feed or even people you follow, like just follow Luis, recloud, respond, and you got this, you got that, invest this. And I unfollowed a lot of people who were reclouding Luis actually. And then once I've unfollowed them, so I kind of cleaned up my feed. And I've seen so many amazing artists like Air Banks, for example, EVM Art, and other people like J Art is a musician, and other people that were on the platform, but they had like a very small coin price, like $10 or $20, and they had like 30, 40 followers, and then people like Louis are all over the place and they get all this, followers and investments and everything. So it was a bit disappointing for me, especially that I come from an artistic family. My dad is a writer. He also paints. My mom was a journalist, and she writes stuff. And she worked in the Russian Museum in St. Petersburg for quite a long time. My fiance is a musician. He's a bass guitarist, and also he sings sometimes. So it was like offending to me to see like this type of high quality content being neglected on the platform because everybody was running after Luis. So Luis is just a figure of speech because, like there are many accounts like his that are overpowering the platform. So I started like reclouting those artists and trying to give them some more visibility, and it was like helping. So then this is how the CloutExhibition idea came up.
Love that. Awesome. How about you, Gabriel?
Well, for me, I usually wake up like at 3 a.m. daily to
Okay.
just like see news, like go to Google Finance and stuff like that, because I'm into the crypto and the 3D galleries that I'm building and all that stuff since like, I don't know, few years ago from now. And then I saw like first decentralized like platform called BitClout and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, let me try this and see what is this about. And I went there like the first week. I wasn't like really like, I mean, like I was lost, like, okay, what I will do now. I have like a coin price, but what I should post or how can I grow my coin and stuff like that. So I was like posting random stuff, like not really knowing what the platform was about. And then I was like, my coin was for like $1 to $100 in like 24 hours. And then I realized like, okay, I understood kind of like what the platform was about, and I started like posting, engaging. I met like Alexandra through the the CloutExhibition page, and then I was like, listen, I want to help and support artists. I can build this. I can bring this to the platform, and yeah, then we talk about how we can work together and like support artists and bring more people. And yeah, after that, I've been doing this for like 4 months now.
That's so amazing. So you said like you guys obviously met on the platform, but how did that conversation happen? How did they let's connect? How did that happen and how
I think
yeah.
like in my case, I was like trying to like, I usually like have like a method to like interact in any platform, like the same stuff that I use on social medias like Instagram. So I was like sending DMs and message like, hey, I'm Gabriel, I'm from Toronto, I'm building this. So I kind of like target like artists, NFT artists to promote my NFT art, like gallery 3D galleries. And then yeah, like I started like talking with Alexandra. She introduced me to the CloutExhibition team, and yeah, I think from that we didn't stop like talking and working together since
But this wasn't how we met, because it wasn't through DM. It was, maybe you sent a DM to somebody, or I don't know, because how it happened, it was somebody, I don't remember who, but we can find out, of course. Somebody actually tagged you in one of the comments under CloutExhibition post saying like,
right.
Gabriel, you should work with CloutExhibition because they have this NFT artist. And
That,
then we got in touch. Yes, somebody
that's
tagged you,
correct.
but I don't remember who.
Kind of, yeah. I kind of like have that, yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. Alexandra, like you're like obviously you talked about the motive behind like why you wanted to do it and why is this cause so important to you. Um, how and I think it's for the artists out there. Like how can like so what can other people on the platform do to help this cause? I guess is my question.
I think other people on the platform, especially like medium-sized accounts, they are running a lot behind the whales, like Krasenstein, Raj Lahoti, whatnot. Like those people can do whatever they want. They play their games, pump and dump, but other people get caught up too much in this. And right now, the platform is overpowered by the financial aspect instead of creativity aspect. I mean, if we are looking for financial aspect, we can go to Binance or Coinbase, and just go and trade. But this platform was created as a social media platform, not as a stock market or something like that. However, currently, if you go to even Global Feed or any big accounts, most of the conversations are about, today my FR is 10%, tomorrow my FR is going to be 8%. Invest in me, I will reinvest my FR in you, invest in X, comment, reclout. So this is what the platform is about right now. So the users, what they could do actually to help us is, support us when we open our clubhouse rooms to support artists. Nobody comes except the artists themselves. We only once had Raj Lahoti in there. And then, when the time comes to recloud things or help us, like we have this Beat Art Fest going on, beatartfest.com. It's a huge collaboration between more than 20 creators on the platform, not just artists, but also like creators and some investors. And we are not getting a lot of exposure. We are not getting reclouds. We are not getting nothing. Although we are giving, coins, we are giving monetary value in return.
Right.
And look, just today, like there was one account that appeared and literally was like for a few days on the platform, just reclouting stuff and looking very shady. And so many people, big investors, invested in this account. Gabriel, which one I mean?
Yeah.
And this account coin is like $400, and this is like looks like very much like scam. While we have artists like Sumor, for example, Ruslan is a great painter, and his coin is like $80, and the guy is working hard, posting every day on the platform, creating art and stuff like. I don't know.
Got it. Interesting. What kind of other collabs do you see in the future? Like what kind of collabs are we like? Example, like you guys are collabing now with 3D Museum and CloutExhibition. What other things do we see from both of you guys' sides? I guess.
Well, now we are currently working in a new exhibition that we are going to feature like 15, but I'm trying to put like 30 different artists, like NFT artists, music artists. So I'm like using venues like physical real spaces.
Yeah.
I'm turning them into 3D spaces in order to promote the artists. So that should be coming in like 2 more weeks. I'm just like getting ready the venue. So in order to go there and turn that space into virtual and start filling all the information. So that is one of our biggest projects that we're working on. But as Alexandra said, like, we're building this, we're like trying to help artists. We're taking time, like in my case, I'm waking up daily 3 a.m., posting, trying to bring value. We invite, like, I personally invite, I won't say names because that's not the idea, but I personally invite like big people from the BitClout community, and they don't even show up, they don't even reply back. We did like a clubhouse room and we were just like the artists there. So then, like, what is like kind of like make me feel kind of sad, it's like then I'm going to all those clubhouse rooms, like not just like mine, but people there will say like, yeah, we want to invest. If you bring like a good project, like a business proposal, we're going to invest, we're going to support. But then when you do that, they don't even reply back. So I'm like, why you say something and then you don't do it? More than, yeah, buy my coin, I will put my FR percentage tomorrow to like 2 and then to 10 and stuff like that. But it seems like they don't really care, or they don't really want to support, even though you present something more than, I mean, because I'm investor too, but an artist. So if you come to me like, hey, Gabriel, would you invest like $2,000 on me? I would say like, okay, yes, but do you have like a plan, a business plan? More than just go, now this is the artist part, like, hey, I'm an artist and photographer, give me like $2,000. That's not the idea, because the other part has investor. It's like, okay, what I will get from that if I'm investing money, taking money out of my pocket to invest in you. So it should be like a win and win. But even though when you present that, they don't care.
Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Interesting.
Another project that we are working on, and Gabriel is less involved in that one, it's a live music concert of 7 international musicians, which was supposed to be on GemClout, but today we took a decision to move it to Clubhouse. And it's nothing against GemClout. The guys are great. The developers are working hard to make this platform great. They are investing a lot of time and effort to perfect GemClout. So it's nothing about GemClout as a platform. It's the general visibility, because GemClout is linked to BitClout. So if you're not on BitClout, you can't go to GemClout. We wanted to do it on GemClout. We even have a flyer, the first version of flyer, where it says gemclout.com. But we took a decision to move to Clubhouse. Why? Because we realized that we can reach much wider audience, because if we advertise it on Instagram, for example, through our musicians accounts, or even like Gabriel account, he can put it on his stories or whatnot, we will reach many more people than just doing it on BitClout, simply because people on BitClout, like the majority, they aren't interested in this. They are interested in who is having a FAR at what percentage, and what games are next to play to get somebody investing you $10, or the other way around. So it was not easy to take the decision to move to Clubhouse, because this whole idea was to help GemClout grow and to help the guys, you know, promote their platform. And we have great support from Mario Nofal and Bits Today for this project. They're going to be our information sponsors.
Like
so, but even Bits Today, guys, like Bits Today support us like from the very beginning. They published the press release about the first NFT show. They are publishing our artists at least every week. We have coverage in Bits Today, but it doesn't really generate anything in terms of reach and exposure.
Got it. Makes sense. Yeah, I don't think there's enough community right now. I generally think that. I think we've had people use the product, but a lot of people are left. And I think until enough tools are built, until there's enough ways to, like, you know, get more people or more mainstream audience excited about it, I think it will. I think I see I completely understand where you're coming from. Out of curiosity, in your Clubhouse room, you frequently talk about, you know, the challenges in artists, creators face. Apart from obviously like you said, like a lot of like bigger accounts and topics being about them. Apart from that, what can we as developers in this space do to help? What tools or something we can create to help you, like help artists get more visibility, more exposure, or whatever other challenges that are being faced by the artists?
I think one of the things would be to hide the coin price completely.
Interesting. Why do you say that?
if I want to see coin price, I should click on the profile and, you know, try to buy the coin, and then it shows me coin price, like FR right now. If I don't put my FR in my profile, in my bio, you don't know my FR until you want to invest in me. Why I say this? Because we are all human beings, okay? And there is a reason why Instagram in some regions, specifically, for example, in Europe, started hiding number of likes under the post. You cannot see how many people like the post. And you like the post, or you look at this post because you like it, not because it already has like 1,000 likes, you know? So this is kind of vanity metric. And I believe that coin price is a vanity metric, like completely vanity metric. Because it doesn't depend, like Gabriel said, doesn't depend on your projects, on your business plan, on anything. Like look at GemClout coin price, it's around $3,000. And look at some accounts that create nothing actually except just playing games, and their coin prices are 10K, 15K. So hiding coin price, I think, is going to be a step like Instagram with number of likes, you know.
So you think I think my guess is you're saying is it just biases people's way of looking at it.
Very much. Like a lot of people will see, oh, especially new users, you know, oh, this guy's coin price is 5K. I should engage with him. He might be a rich guy, you know, he might be influential. This guy coin price is $80. No, I'm not interested in his content.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and the problem is like sometimes like that guy who the price is like $80 is bringing more value and doing more like real projects to bring people out of the platform, other than the guy who the price is 10K, which is just like putting his own money into the coin and bringing their friends, their rich friends, like, hey, buy 10K of my coin and I will buy 10K of your coin. But they're not really like bringing value. Like in my case, I brought like Casey, which is Miss Venezuela, Miss Universe. She has like 500,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
So what I felt is like, she was like, yeah, you're bringing me to this platform where I'm like putting all my time, really effort, but then people don't care. So what I will stay here spending and wasting time trying to build something that then people won't like notice or they don't care. So that's the other thing that I'm seeing. Like, I'm afraid to keep bringing people because then they would be disappointed with me. Like, hey, Gabriel, some of them, they already told me, why you brought me to this platform to waste my time? So that's really important, because my idea, I don't care if like people buy my coin, because I'm not here for money. I really believe like in the main idea of the platform. So I wanted to help people, because I mean, I can charge $20,000 to build all this experience, but I'm doing all for free because I don't care about the money. I don't care about followers. I have almost 40,000 followers on Instagram. I shot for Vogue Italy. I mean, I have a good life out of the platform. But then I was like, okay, this is a new concept. This is a new idea. Let's give it a try. But then I'm not seeing like what the platform was supposed to be for, because now we have like people like creating small groups, like to be the cool guys from BitClout. If you get now a BitClout tattoo, okay, I will put $10,000 on you. So it's like, okay, so that means that I need to get a tattoo to get investment more than what I'm bringing to the platform, like building these experiences, promoting artists, helping them to reach more people out of the platform and bring money out of the platform to the platform. So I'm like start thinking like, I feel that I'm wasting my time. So what I should do that on a platform that don't support me, that people don't really care if I'm bringing value more than my coin price, which is sad, because it's like, it's, to be honest, it's crazy. It's not coin what price, I felt like the platform was about.
So I got a question, because I want to keep ourselves, just for this particular question, I want to keep ourselves away from it, because, you know, like we as human beings are usually could be biased, right? So what you said was very interesting. You said that you brought your friends in, and you were like, hey, come to this platform. And then they said, well, why am I on here? Because, you know, so I want to kind of dig down a little bit deeper on that. Why did they say that? What was it that they felt that they were like, well, I you know?
In the case like Casey, which is like my best friend. I mean, I have known her for like 10 years. So she was like, I was pushing her to waking up at 3 a.m. Like, hey, you need to engage. You need to post good content. You need to bring value. So then she was like, why you're waking me up at 3 a.m.? And I'm like putting all my effort and all my time. She's really busy. She's like a real celebrity, like a real one. So she's like, I don't feel like the support of the people. We were thinking about creating
Mm.
like a 3D virtual experience called From My Rooms to Yours, where you can walk around here, her space,
I
find
saw
and know her
I
like
saw the ad.
another side that she's not showing on any platform, just like showing this on BitClout, actually getting like NFT pieces and put 100% of those sales into the platform. But now I'm like, okay, I could sell like an NFT from Casey for 20K and I will put that into the platform, but then I won't get support. Then people will sell the coin because they already make profit. So it's like, I don't feel that is worthy. And that's the specific case with her that like the feedback that I'm getting from her. So she's afraid to bring more celebrities like her to the platform because it will happen the same thing. So we're trying to promote on Instagram, paying promo videos like in real cash, like real money, fiat money, to create like a promo video to promote the platform, the experience, to sell NFTs, and then put that money into the platform for no reason. I'm like start thinking like, is that worthy of my time that I'm doing all this job? I need to hire makeup artists. I need to hire a stylist to create something like real and high quality to bring more people out of the platform to the platform. But then they will be like 5 days like trying to engage, and they're seeing what we're seeing, like people just buying their friends coins, people who is not even like bringing anything in terms of value, any project to support artists or creators. They don't want to be in a platform like that. I would rather keep using my IG and Twitter and any other social media that I've been using. Same with them.
So I have two. Sorry, you were saying something, Alexandra?
Yeah, to add to what Gabriel said, we had like 3 or 4 artists that were quite active, and then they left BitClout. They didn't leave, they just stopped posting on BitClout.
Yeah.
And all our artists go through some verification on Instagram and Twitter. So we have all their contacts, like we have all their other social networks. And we also have CloutExhibition on Instagram, and we follow them. And I see like they're posting on Instagram, but they are not on BitClout. I'm like, what happened? You know, because sort of they have to post because people, they see them as part of CloutExhibition. It's also our image. And then I text them on Instagram, what happened, guys? Why did you leave? And they're like, yeah, we see no engagement. Nobody invests in our coin. We also don't have any more money to continue posting because, you know, there's small mining fee all the time. And I personally, like from my pocket money, I had to send them BitClout to bring them back to the platform. And they are now back there, they're posting. And I know that to get to global feed, a lot depends on your coin price as well and on your investment portfolio. And of course, diamonds, likes and everything. But I think global feed shouldn't prioritize content based on engagement, but also based on content quality and uniqueness of this content.
Very interesting. So I have a few thoughts, and I look at it in a couple of different ways. The way I look at it, one, I think what you said, Gabriel, was very interesting about the friends coming in, buying and selling, and because obviously, if some new artist comes in, there's going to be all the people who see that they have huge following on Instagram. They're going to buy their coin, who are call it investors or call it like people who do day trading, right? So they understand that game. They're going to buy in early. And then once, their friends come in or whatever, like other people who are actually generally supporting them or saw the price goes up, buy, they're going to dump and that price is going to drop. That's going to hurt the person's ego because they're like, what the hell? I'm becoming a pump and dump person here. Like I'm becoming a pump and dump scheme myself. Like people are doing that for me, right? So their self-esteem takes a hit. That's number one, right? It's like, is it attached to my value or is it attached to my, like just people are, just making money off me kind of thing, right? Then the other part of it, like you said, where obviously right now there's not enough engagement on the platform, right? That makes total sense to me, but there's not enough people either. So the way I look at it is, and this is my assumption, maybe one way to approach that is maybe have a lock-in period where people can't sell your coin for a certain amount of time, or like some kind of way to incentivize. That's one way to look at it, right? Then it kind of makes the dumping as not as
Yeah.
lucrative, right? That's one way to look at it. But with respect to like artist point of view, I wonder how much of that is to do with artists and how much of that to do with the kind of people on the platform. Right now, people who are on the platform are just day traders, which is totally fine. Nothing wrong in it. That's what they do for a living. But I just don't think there's enough people on there right now who are actually the consumers. You know what I mean? Like, and so what I'm trying to say is we might be too early in that way, right? Like, I mean, and you can see that with any big artist, right? Logan Paul, Jake Paul, like they've all come to the platform. They haven't brought their audience in because they understand that, right? They're like, it's not there yet. And so, yeah.
And even their engagement sucks,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel bad for them, to be honest. I mean, because when I look at their profiles on Instagram and other socials, like they're superstars there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm trying to get to at is like, don't you think that may be a reason that since we are so early and since the audience hasn't matured yet, like any platform, like example, right now, when I go to YouTube, right, I'm not an artist, I'm not a creator, right? So, but I'm creating this video content, right? I don't get any engagement, but because it's a very mature platform and, I makes sense. Competition, right? And so the way to win that game is just consistency, because as eventually you become more and more consistent, eventually you will get found, or it will be a slow growth, right? But or you will learn, iterate on, people want this or people don't want this, and you can change, right? So I wonder, kind of like what you're saying, maybe the mentality right now for artists who are coming on the platform should be that, this might become something, this might not become something, but like you said, not worry about the coin price. The mentality being, this is another platform that I can showcase and use my art, and hopefully it's not going to give me that kind of dividends, but it's more of a risk and reward thing, where if it does in the long term, I'm so early that like, if anybody who joined Instagram in 2011 or 12 who are posting on the feed, like all of them have at least 1 million followers now, because good content, I mean, right? Because it was so early, and eventually when it started having that growth curve, every time someone would come on it, they would be on the global feed and they would just show up, right?
But there's a big difference between Instagram, YouTube, and BitClout.
Yeah, but I also wonder that, like, right now, if you think about it, the algorithm, the global feed is actually just posts picked up by the admins, right? That's what I think, So right now they are manually picking up the post and putting on global feed, right?
Exactly.
But that is not sustainable, right? That's what I was kind of talking about. Eventually, once these, so I actually have an interview today with Hunter, and I want to pick on his brain, like, where are we with respect to how many nodes are being created, who's creating them, how is it looking? Because my thought process is, once those nodes get created, once there's, example, let's say if I'm into sports, example here, right, and I go to ESPN.BitClout.com as a random example, and I'm spending most of my time over there, all the content that I'm seeing over there is all about sports, and then I'll be able to find these sports people that I connect with, right, or artists or NFTs. So I feel like once, kind of like subreddits in a way. So I feel once that happens, then it will bring community of people who are interested in that. I feel like what we're talking about is the current BitClout feed right now is just basically people who are into investment, which is nothing wrong. I think it's great, but the artists are, it's a big like difference between what these people are and what they want and what the artist wants. It's a very different kind of a difference, right? And that's kind of I think what's my assumption is that's what's happening.
But the difference between Instagram, YouTube, and BitClout is that Instagram, when it was first created, and I'm not active on Instagram as a creator, but I was working with a lot of brands who were active on Instagram. So Instagram, people who came there, especially in the beginning, like later there was a lot of trash, and there is still a lot of trash, but the people who came in the beginning, they wanted to take that perfect picture, They wanted to take this. So Instagram was all about quality content, and Instagram was pushing that content up.
I see what you're saying.
You can trick YouTube algorithm very well if you know how. Like, first of all, if you know basics of SEO, you can get your video into suggested videos. Number one, if you have $100, like, I'm sorry, it's less than I spend on promoting our virtual gallery. If you have $100 on YouTube, you can put it into your video. I know a lot of YouTubers who pushed their videos to 5,000, 6,000 views just by, paying $100 to promote it as an ad. And then once it picks up those views, even they are not so organic, they are coming from your ads. Once it picks up those views, YouTube algorithm actually starts pushing it because it's already kind of popular video. So Instagram, YouTube, we have ways to work with their algorithms, to work with their systems. Yes, there is censorship. Yes, there are many things you cannot say on YouTube or Instagram, you get blocked. But if you follow the rules, you can get there. Where with BitClout, you're on global or not, it's not depending on you.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's crazy because like I could post like one letter and it will go to the global feed. It's crazy. Whatever I post, I will see my stuff on the global feed daily, 7, 10, 15 times. So I'm like, oh, okay, how is this happening? It's like, I think I don't know why, but I mean, if I post now, you will go to the global feed and you will see my post.
BitClout?
You see yourself on the global, Gabriel, but
you only see yourself. The other people don't see it.
yes.
Yeah.
No, but like
others don't see.
I'm like, I have like another account, like the GD photography, which is just for my photography stuff.
Yep.
And I will find my stuff like from.
I know. I think it's only the accounts that you have, because I see the same thing. I have like 4 different accounts because like of our different companies.
Yeah.
And like for some reason when I make a post on BitClout, I would see on Cloud Passport, I would see on my personal account on Global Feed. But it's actually I don't think it's actually on
That
Global
is
Feed
not
for other
real,
people.
right? So,
Yeah. Yeah, but I also think it's so early right now, right? I think algorithms are gonna get made. I think I'm actually pretty impressed. I've been I've developed startups, and I understand that, man, it's a process to build stuff and ship it out. The speed that they have done that, I'm actually real. I'm sure that they've already had all that from a while ago. They were like they had this game plan of like pushing it out at a certain point, because it's not possible to have all that done so fast. I think the part that excites me is what's going to happen with like you guys, like you're talking about, like, as an artist, you're bringing up these questions. Now I want to see, it'd be interesting to see a developer picking that problem up and building a tool for that. And then all of a sudden now it's interesting. Now that tool is all made for artists or creators, like an algorithm specifically sorted out for creators and artists. And eventually I think you start seeing more good, like, more one person kind of like, blows up all of a sudden, one new artist blows up, boom, everybody. Same thing was happening in NFT right now, right? Like you saw one of people blowing up, everybody now wants to buy NFT and do an NFT, right? And which is great. I'm sure there's going to be some good ones, some bad ones, just like the normal market. But I find this very interesting where how it's going to evolve, and these are some really good concerns. I think I love that because it starts. I think whenever there are problems and challenges, that means there is room for innovation and there is room for building stuff and like helping and creating tools. So I think it's really, really cool. I actually want to kind of talk about this one thing, by the way. I did check out your 3D virtual exhibition, Gabriel, and I think Alexandra, you would agree with that because you're a marketer. I'm a marketer. I can totally see brands, like I'm an advertiser. I can totally see using that as a way for some brand that I'm working with. Like I used to work with this brand called Motel. They were doing 20 million, their clothing brand. They were doing 20 million in sales a year. I can totally see using that and running Facebook ads and getting people to buy. It is brilliant, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I actually like partnership with the CamAge, which is a mental health like center from Toronto, to build them like a virtual exhibition for their passions. So we have a sponsorship from like big like companies like colleges and stuff like that. So now that I could do is like I can create like 3D objects and put that into the gallery. So let's say you have that clothing brand. So I can create like a 3D model of few pieces and put that inside the gallery so people can click on that and go to the website.
That's amazing.
So, and then like with this, you can share this to any people like with link. So imagine like it's like a Toronto-based company, but now you will reach people from Milan, Paris, like everywhere around the world without going to the store or like without coming to Toronto. So that's good for exposure, for like a sponsorship and stuff. Or let's say we brought like a 3D object from Coca-Cola. So people can click on that object, 3D object, and go to the Coca-Cola website and buy it. And we can say like, we can track like monthly impressions, monthly view, and monthly visits. So I can say like, yeah, my gallery is reaching 2 million people. So if you advertise with my galleries, you will reach 2 million people.
Interesting. So So a follow-up question to that is, I'm trying to see it from your point of view, because obviously you're way more creative than I am, and you're thinking about these things every day. So when I look at it from an advertiser's point of view, I see how this can be so amazing in running an ad for a clothing company, for a clothing startup, right? And taking them and showing them the clothes, in this amazing way, and then getting them to buy from there. I can totally see that. What other industries do you see, like, where this is so obvious?
Well, man, I'm working now with celebrities, like music artists, to
Okay.
build them like a 3D backstage experience. So nobody can go to a backstage. Like if you are like, let's say these Latino guys like J Balvin,
Yep.
Bad Bunny, Daddy
Yep.
Yankee. So you cannot get access to backstage unless you pay like crazy amount of money. So now I'm doing that. I'm doing like a music in the studio music sessions recording. So you can walk through the studio and see the artist and interact with him like if you are there without going there. So that's for the music industry. For retail, like I'm building, like, let's say you have a brand, but you don't have a physical store because with the COVID, it's all closed, it's too expensive. Now you don't need a physical store. You can build like a virtual for your
In depth.
brand. And you don't need to pay monthly rent. You don't need to pay like, that's for retail. Now I'm getting
And also for clothing, sorry, Gabriel, because this is
right.
an idea. I worked with a data science company and I still work with them, who are into augmented reality. And
Yeah.
they can actually, even if you don't have 3D imagery of your clothing or a hat or whatnot, they can create it for you, and they can create it in augmented reality. So imagine combining the 3D spaces which Gabriel creates with augmented
Wow.
reality, where you can actually view the hat or the dress or whatever like you're buying in augmented reality, and maybe you can try it on. And this is all possible. It's not impossible. I mean,
Yeah.
the guys, the data science guys I was working with, they have many projects like this.
That is
Yeah, it's
absolutely
easier than
amazing.
you
Yeah.
think. Like, I mean, I'm doing like retail industry, with industry, music artists, museums, because now like we can't go to the museum here because they're closed. But now I'm bringing the museum to your house. So now the experience is even better because you don't need to drive to there. If you wake up at 3 a.m., 1 a.m. and you want to go and see the exhibition, you just need to pick up your cell phone or laptop and you can be walking in the Museum of Louvre on Paris. But you live in Milan, or you live in India, or you live in Toronto, or you live like anywhere around the world. So now the experience is even better than the previous one we had. So yeah, no, with this, like I'm like turning like all type of industry, not just like NFT artists, like retail, museums, like brands, celebrities. Like imagine, like, I don't know if you know about like this like show like Celebrity, something like 20 years ago, something like that, from MTV, where people will go to the celebrity house and walk around. Now we can do that. Let's say I'm talking with Drake, so I can go to Drake's house, build all the experience, and then you will be able to be walking on Drake's house. Like how you in your life will be able to do that? Like in the real life, you can't. But now you are able to walk there, see where he meditates, see like the room where he has like all these trophies and stuff like that. And yeah, that's something that will bring more value, has like audience, because now with the COVID, it's like, yeah, they're still making music, but what you're really doing for your fans, more than creating like songs and like hitting like like the top like billboards and stuff like that. So I think this is going to be a game changer in all aspects. Like now I'm getting like quotes from like people who owns like boats and stuff like that, so they want to showcase their boats and rent that for like summer. So now you can walk around the boat without even going there.
Oh, that is so cool.
So you
And
will
so,
get a real idea about how the boat looks like without going there in the
so
first time.
so you go there, and then you basically draw it out, or how do you?
No, so
Yeah.
I got like a 15,000 camera. So what I'm doing is like real laser scans. So I go there, the camera has like 9 lenses. So it's going to rotate 360 grade. And I will scan everything from the floor to the ceiling, even people. Like, I mean, if I go there where you are, I can do the scan and you will be there sitting. So people can walk around your place, see you, click on you and see this interview. And if you have VR glasses, oh my God, you will be like right there. Yeah, I
So
even
many.
got a quote from this company called Cam Soda.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this girl, like, you know, the porn stars and stuff like that. So imagine now that's a new way to see porn, if we can say that, in a real way. You know, they're like, oh yeah, we want to promote our girls in a different way, where people can feel that they are there with them without even going there.
Hmm. Crazy. And so once you have the entire image of it, or like the 360-degree version of it, then what kind of software do you use to put it
It's
together?
just like I need to upload that, and then yeah, I need to fill that. It's a platform called Matterport. So what they're doing is like they will hosting you like your 3D virtual stuff, and then like I will get like if let's say I go to your place, I do the scan, and then in 2 hours I will have all your place like in a 3D virtual way, and I
Wow.
just need to fill like all the information with tags, videos, website, Instagram, whatever we want to add there.
Interesting. And you said the platform is called what? Maripol?
Matterport, yeah.
How do you
Matter,
Matterport?
Matterport, yeah.
So out of curiosity, why is it that this is never? Is it because the cameras were not as good back then, or why hasn't this never been done before?
The thing is like, because I mean, as a creator, I'm always like looking to improve like existing tools. So
Mm,
it's the same like if you go to any realtor page, you know, the walkthrough to the property,
mm,
it's the same thing, but people is not thinking out of the box to use that camera. Instead of like showing like a property, you can use it for like what I'm doing. So that's why you are not seeing this like in any spaces or any platform or nothing, because I mean, as I say, it's only one Gabriel brain. So I'm always like looking how can I incorporate this tool that I bought into all industry, not just like retail, music, like daily I'm thinking like, okay, now I can do now what how can I use this to create a new stuff, a new experiences, a new service. Only fans, like I got contact with like Nike, like all kind of industries, they want to use this because now they're seeing that they can reach more people, and some of them they don't even need a physical space anymore, and it's less expensive for them, and they will get even more audience, and they will boost like online sales. So for example, you love Nike, right?
yeah.
But you are looking like that experience, miss, like in this case, I already know like the last model, I already know what I want to buy, but now I'm looking more like the experience more than the product itself. So that's like what I'm like having now, like this all success with this like 3D experience, because people can go to their cell phone and walk through, like with the NFT space, like the Decentraland stuff and this cyber stuff. Like imagine you have like a 60-year-old guy. Okay, I want to see your collection on the Decentraland, but I need to go there. I need to have a MetaMask wallet. Then I need to create an account. I need to go to my email. I need to verify that email. And if you don't have a good computer, you won't be able to load the platform or whatever because it's too heavy.
Mm,
So you're losing clients there. So that, in my opinion, is more like a gaming experience. But like a company like Nike, they're not looking for a gaming experience. They're looking to boost sales and make more sales. So that's the difference between what I'm building, which is a business tool, more than just like a gaming reality where you can see avatars and stuff like that. No, you as an artist, you want to sell your NFTs. Of course, providing like a virtual experience,
mm,
but being able to sell your stuff and give your audience quick access, because I mean, I don't want to do those extra steps to buy your stuff. I just want to go to a good exhibition where I can just do one click and buy whatever you're offering, and that's it. I don't want to verify emails. I don't want like I try like this cyber that IO something. I tried to see a gallery with my cell phone, and my cell phone literally crashed. Like I couldn't do nothing. So
Right.
imagine if I'm a buyer and
Yeah.
I'm trying to see your stuff and my cell phone is going to crash.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like, what is this?
makes sense.
So that's what I'm trying to do with people, educate them, like, because people is like getting, hey, can we add like an avatar and stuff like that, and like walk with that, see another people, and I'm like, listen, this is like to promote sales and boost yourself. If you want to get a gaming experience, yeah, you can go to the Decentraland stuff and you can have that, but you won't make really sales, or you will lose potential buyers just because all those extra steps that they need to do just to find your stuff.
Got it. So what is your partnership with Miss Venezuela?
So, well, I'm from Venezuela, so I shot for them. I am still shooting for Miss Universe Canada and the official photographer. So I'm trying like to help them to, you know, to promote this stuff, because the concept that we have about Miss Universe or Miss Venezuela is, oh yeah, these girls without brain, just like beauty girls. But no, some of them, like Casey, she's like mechanical engineer, and she's like really smart, and she's helping charities. She's like hosting like dogs, rescue dogs, and fostering and helping females from Venezuela and all that stuff. So that now I'm partnering with them, like, okay, let's create like a virtual experience where people can go there and see a different or more like intimate side of the Miss Venezuela or whatever the person is, and try to get funds to help people, to promote people more, just than, yeah, like this is the pretty girl, like with no brain, doing nothing, like, you know, with the pink mentality. No, we can change that mentality. So they're trying to work with me to change that mentality about what they're doing for the
But
world.
how are you doing that with the 3D project?
So what I'm doing with Casey is like pretty much like the exhibition that I'm building. So now you will be able to walk around, like, let's say Casey Place. So you will see her like with the Miss Venezuela robe, kind of like sexy, but not like something crazy. And then you can click on her and see like a welcome video talking about like what we're doing, how we're helping. And then when you go to the living room, you will have her like sitting on the couch, and you will see another video. And then
Interesting.
you go to the living room, and then you can click on her and buy the NFT. So all that money is going to charity.
So it's like an immersive platform, immersive, like a bio basically immersive. You're like
Yeah, experience.
yeah,
Something that you won't see, or like, I mean, how you will be able to go to Casey's house if you live in like Miami, and
yeah.
get that personal and intimate experience. And they're not posting that on Instagram or any other social media platform. So that makes this unique. And okay, I want to see more like her life in an intimate way, like something that I cannot see on social media.
So some more very yeah. I
Yeah.
see. I can see what you mean. It's like you can interact with behind the scenes with this person in different ways, and it's very interactive. Interesting. So Alexandra, I guess we can start with you. Like, what's like how like what can we do as a community, like, you know, to like obviously like retweeting and supporting is one thing, but from a tool perspective, is there anything I think cloud would probably be something like that, like where hashtags are there which will help search,
Of
you
course.
know, more artists. Anything else that like an artist need to create tools on the, like any tools they need to create stuff like more content or anything on the platform? Like example would be, I've been thinking a lot about this. One thing could be really interesting would be like, you know, um, a platform for tracking content analytics, right? That will tell a lot about like, you know, who's listening. If we can get that data on like, you know, who's watching, who's commenting, and all that could be really helpful for creators and artists. Anything else that you think that could be super helpful?
I think Instagram like analytics dashboard would be very, very helpful. But I mean, it's almost the same thing that you said, like giving less to coin price and to content and content quality and engagement. Another thing that would be helpful, probably ability to promote your content, like, you know, ads for a small fee, you know, you pay to somebody, and then like on what I mentioned on YouTube, you know, you pay $100, you can promote your video and you get more views. So why not? Like, I want to pay $100 and get my content viewed by more people. So then another thing would be as well ability to upload videos directly, which I know is like there is like an issue with servers and hosting and everything. But yeah, ability to upload videos directly on the platform instead of hosting them on YouTube or Vimeo, that would be a huge game changer as well.
Interesting. I also think that I also wonder now, and this is my thought process, is where we are. Like, is this version of BitClout even going to survive? You know what I mean? Or is it going to be some other product that's going to get created, you know, on top of the blockchain, obviously, and we'll still use the mechanics of the coin price and all that kind of stuff, but it will be more creator friendly.
Maybe Instagram-like thingy.
Yeah.
I think this whole coin price concept is something that really scares a lot of people. I'm not sure, like I was talking to Raj on Clubhouse about Steemit, and he explained the difference between Steemit and BitClout, that there are people like investing a lot of money into the platform, not talking about investing into somebody's coins, but investing in developing products on top of the platform, applications, like that, which was not the case with Steemit, you know. The other, I also received a DM from some other platform that is, you know, social media platform with a coin price and things like that. Don't remember the name. But there are examples. BitClout is not the first platform to have the coin price. And somehow, like Raj, right, saying that, yeah, Steemit did not have so much development and investment into them, but somehow this concept doesn't prove to be very successful.
Yeah, I think it should be less about the coin price and more about what you're bringing in terms of value and content. More, because then like people will stick to like the price coin, and that's like for artists, and like I think in general is like losing like the whole main like vision about like a social platform where you can connect with creators, when you can meet people, when you can support. So now it's turning all into like just the coin price, and let's buy my coin, let's buy your coin, and I don't care if you're bringing value more than the coin price, and if I can make profits out of you. And I think it's like taking another direction.
Like, and going completely crazy, I would say, like, let's not allow people to invest in anybody like directly. Let's not allow anyone to buy my coin as Alexandra. However, if somebody likes my piece of content that I've published, I'm not an artist, you know, but if somebody likes what I'm saying, if somebody likes what I'm doing, they don't invest like directly in my coin, but they reward my content, not with diamonds. I mean, diamonds are bullshit. Honestly, it's not something that, you know, CloutExhibition for 3 days is in the top 10 list, top 10 diamonded creators. Did we get anything out of this? Did we get more followers or investors? No, really. So diamonds don't really give you any advantages. Yes, maybe like Krasenstein say in 5 years, 1 diamond will be worth $100 instead of 0.01, but that's going to be in 10 years, you know? So it's not the same as now. So what would be great is that you can reward the content by actually sending this person, like there's a, let's say, Gabriel posted a nice photo, okay, or something. And then there is a button where I can press and I can send, for example, $2 to Gabriel to reward him for his content. And then Gabriel decides what he wants to do with this $2. He wants to invest in his coin, or he wants to somebody else. And maybe Gabriel will invest in another new artist and help him grow. Any
final thoughts before we end this? Anything you guys want to talk about?
Well, I think we already like covered pretty much what I had in mind. I don't know if Alexandra can add something else or want to talk about something else before we close. Or...
Yeah, I just want to make a whole note that, you know, there are some amazing people on this platform. And there are some things that probably we couldn't have done that we've done on this platform. For example, our website was completely, it was made free of charge, partially by Tonia Bologna, who knows WordPress very well. Udeshia is a developer who helped us with API. It's currently, we have some server issues, but he was the one who connected the coin price on our website to the actual coin price. So we have Gabriel, who is also doing all these things for free. You know, we have musicians who are coming to play, also not expecting much in return. And a lot of other people like Chakar, who's working, introducing new artists, who is out there also helping those artists grow. I don't think that this kind of community would be possible on Instagram. So I have to give credit to, not to BitClout itself, but to the people on BitClout. And I think because it's such a small community, we managed to find each other. Would have been hard on Facebook or on YouTube for sure. But yeah, there are positive sides as well.
Makes sense. Well, we'll see how it all evolves. Thank you again for your time, guys. Appreciate it. This was beautiful, and it's always good to have the other perspective, and from other side, from an artist perspective, how this platform can grow, because we all want to grow. Obviously, we all want to help it grow, and this would be great for people to listen to and start thinking about these questions. So thank you for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.